I want to be of that generation of politicians that takes action rather than those that put their head in the sand.
I live in outer London, Greater London, just on the very edge of South London. With 14 weeks to go until ulez goes live, I have no way at all of purchasing another second-hand car or paying the ulez charge. I'm terrified. What on earth do I do? I've been turned down for the scrappage scheme.
Well, Charlotte, thanks for ringing in. I'm really sorry you've been turned down for the scrappage scheme. If I could explain why we're doing this, it wasn't an easy decision for
I will make you address her directly after you've given us the
for me to
picture.
do. Sure. It wasn't an easy decision for me to do, Charlotte. But in your part of London, in outer London, the area is worse than in central and inner London. The 10 boroughs with the worst area in our city are all in outer London. More than 2/3 of those who suffer from asthma and other issues live in outer London. We will make progress in cleaning the air in outer London. It's an issue of social justice and racial justice. So the scrappage scheme that you mentioned, £110 million, is money from City Hall, not a penny from the government. And it's deliberately targeted towards people like you to receive help, whether you're an individual like you, whether you're a small business, whether you're a sole trader, whether you're a charity. So, again, what I'll do, Charlotte, is if I take your details afterwards, I'll look into why you've not been deemed eligible. Do you know what reason they gave you for not being eligible for the scrappage scheme?
I'm on a low income.
Yeah.
I work in healthcare.
Yeah.
I'm a single parent with 3 children at university.
Yeah.
So I am absolutely reliant on my car for my shift work in the hospital.
Sure.
And for getting the kids to university. This was their goal. They all went to local schools in South London.
Right.
I want to get them all cracking. I want to get them there. I'm not on benefits. I'm not on universal credit.
Yeah, you don't need to be on benefits to be eligible for the
Did they give you a
scrappage
reason,
scheme.
Charlotte?
All I know is that I've applied online 4 times, and each time it's come back to me, unfortunately, you are not eligible.
Computer says no. Charlotte, let me again, please give James' team your details, and I promise you I'll look into this.
And get back onto me if you don't hear from them.
So give James' team your phone number, don't say it on air, and I'll get my team to ring you today.
How many people are in Charlotte's position?
The good news is more than 9 out of 10 people in outer London, more than 9 out of 10 have compliant vehicles. Such that the number of people who have a non-compliant vehicle is actually quite small. The figure is, I think, 200,000 vehicles are non-compliant in outer London, and that's why we've got this scrappage scheme, £110 million. Many people think their vehicle is non-compliant when it actually is. And so what I'd encourage your listeners to do is go to the TfL website, type in your number plate, see if your vehicle's compliant.
Have you done that, Charlotte?
Oh, 100 times.
Okay.
I've tried everything, and with 14 weeks to go,
I can hear the panic.
Well,
I can hear the panic in your voice.
The good news, Charlotte, is there's still a lot of money left in the scrappage scheme. So give James's team your phone number. We'll speak to you later on today.
Okay.
And see what we can do.
And 200,000 others. Did you say?
Well, no, a lot. That's when we first.
So how many people do we know are in Charlotte's position now?
When we began the process 3 years ago, 39% of vehicles compliant. Now it's 9 out of 10. So it's going down every day, every week in relation to those who are non-compliant.
We circle this quite a lot, and it's absolutely no solace to anybody like Charlotte and many, many other people. But you have made a calculation here, haven't you? That the plight of people like her, if it turns out that you can't help her, is a price worth paying for it's a utilitarian calculation for the improvement, the overall improvement in the quality of the air that London breathes.
Well, yes and no.
Give me the no, because I understand the yes.
Because I'm conscious of concerns like people like Charlotte is why we set aside £110 million to support them. Because even though we lobbied the government to give us the same support they gave to Birmingham and Portsmouth and Bath and have a scrappage scheme, the government said no for reasons best them.
That's completely clear, is it? They gave money to those cities to provide a scrappage scheme, and they didn't give any to London.
Yep, and we've lobbied them. And by the way, nor have they given money to those areas outside of London where they claim to be concerned about. And so, because I'm concerned about people like Charlotte, we've set aside this £110 million. And I've been criticised, by the way, from some green groups for saying, why are you subsidising people who've got polluting vehicles? Why are you rewarding them? But it's because I understand the concerns of people like Charlotte and many others, by the way, who, for no reason or fault of their own, driving a vehicle that's
But
compliant.
you're ducking it a bit, because we're presuming, and I hope that this is not the case, but we're presuming that you can't help her. And even if you can, there's plenty of people that are going to be caught in this. They can't afford a new car.
Oh, listen.
They don't qualify for scrappage. And that they are the price you are prepared to pay. It's a bit like Lord Farquhar in Shrek saying some people are going to die, but that is a price I am prepared to pay.
Look, in politics, the easy and lazy thing to do is try and be universally popular and duck the tough issues and kick the can down the road. I think the issue of climate change and air quality is an issue that deserves and demands addressing now. And so I could set a target for 2050 or 2060 or 2070. I could allow every year 4,000 people on average to die every year because of air quality issues, and children to have stunted lungs in perpetuity, and adults with a whole host of health issues from asthma, cancer, dementia, heart disease. Or I can take these tough actions. And by the way, James, this isn't the first time politicians have done things that may appear unpopular and unfair. Banning smoking in public places in 2006. I voted for that when I first introduced the ulez in central London. You and I were here, and we were told the problems it caused for central London and so forth. Removing power stations from the heart of our city in the 1950s, building sewers in the 1850s. So listen, I want to be of that generation of politicians that takes action rather than those that put their head in the sand.